Welcome back, everybody. Today we are back on Madden looking at the easiest players to trade for in Madden 24. These are the active rosters. This isn't like a user-made roster. So Brian Burns still in the Panthers, Eckler still in the Chargers, all those names still on their original teams. So basically this entire NFL offseason up to this point and the draft, that's not going to be part of this. It's just the past season. But with nothing more to do, let's get into the first player. All right, the first player we are showing you to trade for is Montez Sweat off the Bears. I know it looked like I traded a lot, but when you look at those players, that's a very replaceable center, a 25-year-old wide receiver, and a 25-year-old D tackle. So those are all players that probably won't play for you in your normal franchise. They're just backups. And you really only gave up a third and a fifth. That seventh doesn't really have an impact. Usually in the draft, you won't be getting anything with the seventh. So you're really only trading a third and a fifth and getting a really elite edge rusher at 26 years old in Montez Sweat. All right, our next trade is in um, just a second round pick. I know that's a very valuable pick, but you're getting Nick Bolton in return. That's a 23-year-old user linebacker, 84 overall. All it took is one pick, and you're getting a stud linebacker. He already has a dev trait, only 23 years old, like I said. This is an amazing player to start your franchise with. And for a second round pick, which you might miss on in the draft, this is very worth it to get an established true playmaker. Our next trade is in the books. For Bradley Chubb, all we had to trade away is really a fourth round pick. That D tackle is probably someone you could find in free agency at this point. You get an established edge rusher. All you have to do is move him from outside linebacker to D end. I believe his overall does go up a few. You got a real edge rusher with a development trade already. This is an incredible trade. Real low pay, and you're getting a lot of reward. Boom. Next trade is in for DeForest Buckner. That's a great D tackle. He usually improves in your rebuilds. So if you are using this type of trade in your rebuild, DeForest Buckner will most likely go from superstar to X Factor. You're giving up a third this year and a third in 2 years. So I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good trade value. That would be like basically giving up if you didn't want to trade future picks, just this year's third and this year's fourth would probably be equal value. But then again, look at those players I traded for them. Those are all nobodies. No offense to them, but in Madden they're not going to progress that well. And you get a good player in DeForest Buckner. Okay, our next trade is in. I know it looks like a lot of value for 77 overall, but that's a rookie with a hidden dev trait and is only 23 years old. So when you look at it from this perspective, you're trading two-thirds, a lot of good players. That could be potential good players, but this is a starting corner. I think he's equal to around an early second, late first in talent, um, maybe even mid first. So when you think about it from that perspective, you're only trading two-thirds and a fifth for basically a first round pick. And I'm going to do that every single day. All right, again, we see how easy it is to trade for a D tackle. If you were worried about Eric Armstead's age, Darren Payne's a good filler. 26 years old, 83 overall, has star dev trait. You only traded a second and a fourth for him, so it'd be a little bit more of a price tag on him. But, I mean, you're getting 3 years younger, and you have an elite D tackle for a while. All right, and our final trade is for Jonathan Taylor. I know we're giving up a first round pick. That is a lot of value. But in Madden, having a run game is hard to establish, especially when you're just drafting to draft and trying to find your running back. So for our final trade, we are trading away a first round pick. Super expensive, but you're getting an incredible running back. Jonathan Taylor is so good at Madden, one of the most broken players in this entire game. You don't even need a good offensive line when you have him. You're guaranteed like around 1,200 yards at minimum. So for that, I'm very willing to give up a first round pick. This isn't real life. Running backs don't deteriorate. You get him for 6, 7, 8 years. This is a great trade. All right. Thank you guys for watching. That is it for today. Peace.